sit her down, okay, and the first thing I tell her is to be calm. There's no reason to get upset. We're not going to hurt you. And I mean, that if you want deception...
Well, I have trouble believing that.
I understand. And does she have in her common area, does she have anything alcoholic to drink? Like a bottle of wine or something like that?
There is a bottle of brandy with 2 rocks glasses next to it.
Okay. I grab both of those, and I go over to her, and holding both of them with the 2 fingers and the thumb, and I pop the cork of the brandy bottle, and I pour about half a glass in each, sit one down to her, and I stay standing above her because I want to command that presence, right?
While I'm looking around, is there other glasses up in this area?
Currently, you're in a sitting room, so there's no real glasses, dinnerware, anything like that. If you go into like the kitchen area, you'll see not necessarily crystal glasses, but you know they have some copper cups and they have some. It's not real high class. They have that set aside in a cabinet.
Okay, well, I find the most suitable cup out of them, which would be the crystal cup. Examine it. Clean looking, everything.
It's clean, but when you, like, you know how you flick crystal to see how pure it is? It's not as pure as what you would think.
Kind of jots his head, shuts the book for a second, lays it down, goes over to the brandy without saying a word again, pours himself some, sets it back down, and then goes back and starts investigating the next room.
Be careful with that. Those are expensive.
I would argue that point.
Master Blotter, proceed with the investigation, please. Whenever he proceeds back to, scanning the area, and I know he's actively listening also. It's not to divert Mr. Blotter's attention, but I give her her glass of brandy, and I stand above her about 1.5 feet away, like I'm not touching her anymore, and I just say, okay, once again, my lady, my name is Court Tinless. I'm working with the estate. I don't mention the hawks, or I don't mention the cloaks at all.
Right.
You know who I am from the estate, do you not? I'm somewhat of a pit boss, if you will.
I do.
Okay. There's no reason to be hostile to me. I just need to figure out what happened and why. It's a good paying job, and we don't want to lose you.
His brother is the cause of my sister's death. And so I'm going to inflict as much pain on their family as I can.
So this is a family issue. This isn't a professional issue. Nothing happened between you and the stable boy.
Oh, please.
Now, you did attack him, correct? And you attacked him in the public in broad daylight.
I will do it again.
I understand you would. I hit a button. I hit a pearl on my arm. Okay? But the pearl on my arm is on a brochure for my brochure of sending.
Absolutely.
The clever thing here is, and I don't know if we need to retcon this or not, but the clever thing here is that before I left to go on this business, I gave Mistress Saj my other bracelet. Okay, my other brochure. So I hit the button, and I tell her to repeat that to me once again, and I have it. Mr. Blotter, come over here and make sure we note this. Say it again, please.
Which part? The fact that I attacked them out of my family's pain? Or the fact that I would do it 100 times more?
But for the death of your brother?
My sister.
Your sister. And I just push the button, right? I back off. And now I need to ask an out-again question because I don't quite remember.
Go ahead.
The out-again question is House Kron more important to Saj or the cloaks? Now the moral quandary is I would like to deliver her to Saj, if I could, and then deliver her to the cloaks?
She's more important to Saj than Saj looks at her family's house as more important than the cloaks. Like, she knows that she can buy her way into the cloaks.
Okay.
In fact, in all honesty, Mistress Saj, she doesn't really care about the brawl.
Right.
She has no quandaries about it.
No, I
Just
understand.
the fact that she doesn't want it happening during her party.
Right. What I'm asking is that is there something material that we could do for, obtain for Saj, or can we take Binary Betty back to Saj for a moment or two so they can have like a communication, and then we just say, hey, look, we gotta go, with her, or will she hide her from the cloaks if she thinks the cloaks
Absolutely, she would.
are okay? That's the kind of information that I'm wanting to glean.
Yeah, absolutely, she would.
All right.
We know he's in the tower.
Saj does not know what we're doing, though. So our cover is still intact perfectly with with Mistress Saj. Correct?
Yes.
Then we go to the tower with her. What I do is this. I'm standing above her with that glass of brandy, and I say, I'd like to take a walk with you, but I have to ensure no harm is going to come to myself or my friends here.
Then leave me here.
I turn the hand that's not holding the glass of brandy, and I take a drink, and as I do, I slide slowly the head of an ash wand out of my sleeve, and it glows a subtle, like an amber color. And I say, do you know what this is?
No.
It's a staff of charm person. I don't say that, I'm letting you know this. It's a staff of charm or a wand of charm person. And I'd like to cast it on her.
Okay.
So I just open my hand up and I activate and I cast it on her.
Now, does she get a saving throw on that?
She does get a saving throw
Okay.
on that.
Is she human?
She is human.
Good eye. The saving throw on it, I believe, is going to be a DC 15.
Okay. She fails.
Okay. We're not going to hurt you. Please, if you will, why don't you come with us?
I guess I could take a walk with you.
It's going to be brief. We just want to ask a few questions, and then after that, we'll leave you. Okay, we'll leave you as we found you.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need a cloak or anything? I mean, you.
I'll grab my cloak and I'll meet you back downstairs. Now I'm going to cut back to Mr. Blotter. You have literally found nothing of great value. In fact, most of the stuff in the house kind of looks like forgeries. Like, the more you investigate the paintings, there's just an offset. Like, it looks like an original, maybe like say an original Rembrandt would be on the wall. But there's just something odd about it. Like, somebody didn't use the right brushstroke. And you have really investigated this house. I mean, they're crystal, not quite as good as they say it is. Their tables and stuff, it's good quality, but it's not great. I mean, if it got broke, you could probably replace it for less than 5 gold.
The chair was nice.
Yeah.
The chair, and they're comfortable. Everything is comfortable, and it's a nice setting.
Oh, definitely not fine craftsmanship, but it was at least comfortable.
Absolutely. But you don't find anything out of the ordinary. Like, this looks like a very well-kept house.
You don't find a book of vile darkness or
Right.
anything.
Nothing like
that's
that.
Really.
I mean, any books that are in here, they're kind of trying to pass it off as like first edition kind of books. But even the signature, like, authors, and the signature of the author is just, that wasn't his handwriting.
You're a phony. You're
Right.
a great big phony.
So really, I mean, that's the only reason that they stay in the middle is because they don't try and gain any ground. They don't really, and that's how they're getting away with it, is because they're not trying to gain ground. they have absolutely... I mean, they would probably be on the lowest part if it was ever found out. But the way they can throw their extravagant parties is by having
The money.
not so great of stuff.
Excellent. When you're ready, Mr. Blotter, I think we'll meet with Merrick and we're going to go take a walk.
Mr. Blotter, he's been jotting stuff down the whole time, taking notes, kind of shuts his book, puts it back in his pack, pushes up his glasses one more time, gives her a nod, and just walks outside.
Okay? You open the door and Merrick has his back to you and he's facing the street.
Sure. Lord Merrick, Binary Betty, Mr. Blotter, and ourselves, we're going to take a walk with Betty. Betty, Mr. Merrick, Betty. And
I like how her name's just now Betty.
Works for me.
It's better than binary code.
It's actually Binacy.
Binary.
But
It's Betty
seriously,
now.
let's do Betty.
it's Betty now, man.
It should be through Shit Dynasty.
Too loaded to try to say that shit.
Right?
Shit Dynasty, dude. Shady Nasty.
Dynasty.
Shit Dynasty. It's a reference to Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, Mr.
Frank's long lost girlfriend is named Shit Dynasty, but if you see the way it's spelled out, it's Shady Nasty.
Nice. Nice.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for checking out our first episode of the FPOD Side Quest. We hope you guys enjoyed listening. We had a great time playing these new characters, and we're excited to put out some new episodes. But don't worry, we will be back next week with another episode of Princes of the Apocalypse. Till then, we'll see you next time.
Hey everybody, it's Bo from FPOD. Follow us on Twitter at FPOD Podcast.
Like us at Facebook at 4 Players 1 Dungeon.
Contact us via email at fpodplays@gmail.com.
We'll see you next week on 4 Players 1 Dungeon.
This has been an FPOD podcast production. If you didn't enjoy this episode, it's probably your own fucking fault.